Oh man, what is going on, you guys? What is going on? I ain't gonna hold y'all tonight, man. I am ready to go home and go to sleep. Boy, this was a stressful game to watch, even though we were top to bottom dominant. First off, this your boy Marcus Washington. Welcome to On the Mark, where we talk everything Falcons football. Let me know if you guys can hear me, man. Again, Uh, dominant performance. We said this at the beginning of the season. We marked this one on the calendar. This was the litmus test right here. And I know you gonna have some people that say, "Hey, Mark, we was without this. The Bills was without this. We ain't had it." I don't give a fuck, cause we smoking on that Bills pack. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bro, they scored 14 points. They scored 14 points. Two picks on Josh Allen, the MVP, two of them things. I think we put him on the ground 4 times. Dude, they couldn't really do anything outside of those touchdowns to begin the halves. They did nothing else after that. Nothing else. Second half, they came out, they ran the ball. Cook was getting off. Then we just killed that shit. We killed that shit. After that first drive for a tutty, we said, "Hey man, ain't no more of this shit. Ain't no more of it." Bruh, man, listen. Your boy Ulbrich might be defensive coach of the year, bruh. He's putting on automatic classics defensively on these teams. These are defensive classics. 14 points, bruh. This ain't no scrub. This ain't no scrub. And Josh Allen, two tutties. But Atlanta, we got to quit making these heart attack games, man. Put these teams in the dirt. They made it a little, man, all the way to the end. They made this too close for comfort. If you look on the paperwork, we dominated everywhere. But we get in the end zone. Romo has a blocked field goal. Looked like it wasn't going to make it anyway. But here's where I'm pissed. 2 minutes and 21 seconds on the clock. We got the ball in the red zone. Zach Robinson calls for a pass play. That almost got picked off. I'm sitting here like, bro, why are we passing the ball right now? Why are we passing the ball? Run the ball. Run the ball so they're forced to use their timeouts, bro. Hold on, I had a phone call. But yeah, man, again, Zach's still on probation. This is second week of probation. He did a little better, but bro, Bijan is I'm gonna say this right now. Bijan the best back in football right now. Not because I'm a homer, not because this is my team, not because he's on my team. Bro, this guy is a flat out generational running back, bro. A lot of these run plays that should go for like 1 or 2 yards, this man figures out a way to make these plays work. Bijan the best this year, right now, as it stands, he's the best running back in the game. He's the best running back in the game, bro. The 81-yard touchdown, bro, the way he hit the gap, I'm like, that he gone. He to the house. Once I saw him do that little jump through the gap, I'm like, buddy, to the house. But this was the win that we needed. This win because Carolina won, Tampa Bay won. We still have to stay on pace with them. The Washington game might prove out to be big later on in the season for a wild card spot if we can't catch Tampa. But man, this was the statement game you needed right here on prime time. I don't want to hear shit about how many guys were out for Buffalo. I don't give a fuck. Had they won, they wouldn't be talking about how many guys were out. It would have been, man, Josh Allen, he's the MVP for a reason, and it would have been that shit. So keep that same energy while we smoke on a Bills pack. We kept them boys the 14th. They scored a touchdown the first series of the first and second half. That's it. They ain't even sniff a field goal. That was a dominant ass performance by this defense yet again. And then the icing on the cake at the end with the pick. It seemed like Josh Allen was out there just ready to go to the house. He was ready to go to the house, bro. He didn't know what to do on some of these series. But shout out to old Brick in the defense, man. Hey, this defense for real, bro. They for real. We threw 6 right now. This defense for real, bro. And with AJ coming now, AJ did get away with a hold. I don't give a fuck though, because he's on our team. But I think it was a third down. He did get away with a hold. But yeah, man, this defense. Ooh, I'll tell you this. If this is the defense from last year, Buffalo walks us down. Buffalo walks us down. There were times in the second half, man, we couldn't get right offensively. And Buffalo had an opportunity to maybe tie it. Man, this defense said, fuck that. Y'all ain't getting in field goal range. But what I really want to see, man, I know people are going to be like, Mark, what are you talking about? It seems we only have 2 players on offense. Well, 3. Bijan, Tyler Algier, and Drake London. Seems like that's all we got. Kyle Pitts caught one for a first down. He caught a screen where I don't know where the hell he was going with that screen, but to the ground. That seems to be our whole offense. And again, Bijan is a generational talent. I'm just like, man, worst case scenario, Bijan gets hurt, then what? I'm pretty sure Bijan probably had more all-purpose yards than everybody on the Bills offense. But yeah, Bijan listen, if people didn't know who Bijan Robinson was before tonight, they know now. They know now. I think LeBron James sent a tweet out. Now, you know, if LeBron's sitting there watching this and he sends a tweet out, you got to be the real deal, bro. Michael Penix, another clean game. I don't think he got, if I can recall, I don't think he got sacked. Actually, yes, he did. Yes, he did. He got sacked twice. One, he just held on to the ball way too damn long. But outside of that, Penix seems to be coming along just fine. On one play, he started using his legs. I'm like, once Penix realizes his legs work, this boy gonna be a problem. He's gonna be a problem because he wants to stay in the pocket as long as possible. I understand that, my guy, but you got legs and you can run. And a lot of these teams aren't even banking on the fact that you can run. But he had a good to great game. There were 2 passes that he threw, and both of them were to Drake London. Both of those could have got picked, especially that second one. That second one should have got picked. But outside of that, man, he played a good game. Played a good game. But I'm offensively, listen, man, there's still some stuff we got to work on. We got to get more guys involved. You know, Casey Washington, I think he got 2 or 3 targets. You know, but I guess the way Zach Robinson looks at it is, man, when I got a guy like Bijan to bail me out, and hey, it's just Bijan. Even Dan or whatever the fuck his last name is, even he was like, you know what? 4 minutes on the clock, Bijan getting the ball. And I'm paraphrasing, but Bijan getting every ball. And I'm like, you can't think like that. You can't think like that. But Bijan's so damn good, it don't make a difference. Bro, I'm telling you, if we did not have Bijan Robinson, Zach Robinson probably already be fired. That's just how good this guy is. But yeah, man, this was a statement. I'm going to be smoking heavy on a Bills pack this week. Because I sat there and watched these motherfuckers pick the Bills. The only one that picked the Falcons was Ryan Clark. So I'm like, okay, with all these people, with all these players out on the Bills side of things, y'all still pick the Bills? Okay, I don't want to hear no damn excuses. I don't want to hear Nathan. Nothing. Bills fans can cop please all they want to. Man, we would without this guy. If we would have had this guy, we would have had this guy. And while I'm smoking on a Bills pack, the only thing I have to say to them is, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. We beat y'all, made the getaway clean. Now we smoking on a pack. Josh Allen had 180 yards, two tutties, 2 picks. That's what we did to the MVP. Man out there seeing ghosts. 180 yards. Bruh, protect Ulbrich at all costs. At all costs. I don't care what else goes on for the rest of the year. You better keep Ulbrich, bruh. If at the end of the year this thing don't go the way that it needs to go, with us going to the playoffs, y'all fire Raheem Morris. Zach Robinson probably already gone because he's gonna take that college job. Y'all better, the next coach y'all inserting here, Ulbrich is untouchable. That's your defensive coordinator. Just letting you know that off rip. I know y'all like bringing your guys in there, but listen, that's your defensive coordinator. This was a statement win. When you look at who Tampa played San Francisco and beat them handily, right? But they got some injuries too. 49ers fans will talk about that. Carolina beat Dallas. Dallas is a dumpster fire right now. But even with that being said, Carolina's 3-3. Undefeated at the house with Lil Bryce. So we had to keep pace. But this seems like this is a bigger win than Tampa Bay's win and Carolina's win. Because this is a proven team with an MVP. San Fran don't got an MVP. Carolina don't got an MVP. People thought Buffalo was just going to come in here and dog walk us. This entire game, Atlanta had control of the game. Buffalo never had a lead. They tied it once. Let's put that in perspective. The closest they got was 7-7. That's the closest they got. 7-7. We dominated this team. Injuries be damned. And we got injuries too. Baby. Ray ain't suit up. I don't know what the fuck is going on with Darnell Mooney at this point. AKA Gingerbread Man 2.0. The first one was Sean Weatherspoon. If you know, you know. And we still would. Let me tell you how bad this is. We were dominant with virtually 3 players on offense getting the majority of the touches. But I told y'all, Buffalo's defense is hot ass. I said this 2 weeks ago. They can be had defensively, they ass. That was before these injuries. Defense been cheeks. Why do you think when they play in the playoffs, it's always a high-scoring affair? Because Buffalo is known to give up the draws defensively. My thing was we have to make sure that we keep Josh Allen contained. I'm actually a bit surprised because I said they're going to score some points. I'm thinking Buffy was going to run up in here, try and hang 28. But they wasn't even old enough to go to the prom tonight. They was 14 years old tonight. I'm like, maybe they can go to the prom. Maybe they enrolling in college. 14, baby. That's what I like to see out of this. This is how you play for the rest of the season. This is how you play. Spread the offense out a little bit more. Get some other guys involved. Because you can tell towards the end, Bijan was gassed, bruh. Bijan was gassed. Hold on for a second. What's up, Pop? Oh, okay. I'm doing my thing over here. Okay. All right. But yeah. So again, man, smoking on that Bills pack. Next week I'll have my show up and running. I thought I would be able to get it done by this weekend, but man, I had a big move, so I'm like, y'all gonna get this in the car work. but next week we'll be back active. Who do we got next week? And shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I'm sorry I'm not getting to y'all. But who do we have next week? They get smoked on too. Because ever since they didn't put Zach, I think I saw this in the comment. Hold on, let me give shout out to sheesh. Mr. 912, he says, yo, Mark, we 2-0 since Zach been on the sidelines. Keep his ass. Exactly. And they say fans don't know, they don't know things. We've been calling this out since last year. You can dude, the time of possession is a lot better. The plays coming in are a lot better. See, Zach got to be accountable when he on the sideline. And he called a pretty decent game. That pass play with 2 minutes and 21 seconds on the clock, though. Bruh, what? I'm like, what in the fuck are you doing? But other than that, you know, in the point, man, we should. I know I always say this, but I'm being honest. We should have ran the numbers up on this team. And that's something that has to do with coaching. This should have been a 38 piece. This should have been 38-14. But again, it seems like we start playing down to the level of our competition. We allow them to walk back in and all this other stuff. You know, we get a field goal block. I'm like, bruh, here we go. Here we go. But then the defense last year, it would have been here we go. And the defense would have gave up the ass. But now we got a defense we can look at and be like, okay, guys, we need to stop here. We need to stop. And they say, okay, boss. And they go get that stop. But this is what happens when you have a competent coordinator, not a first timer, not a guy that was on the staff of your last team, a proven coordinator who's worked with other proven coordinators. Ulbrich know what the fuck he's doing out there. Look at the look at the adjustment. When Buffalo came out there and they said, you know what? We gonna start running the ball down your throat. We better than y'all. And we said, okay. Ulbrich went back over there. That motherfucker ain't never seen the side of our field again. Period. Shut him down. Shut Cook down. And now I'm looking at Josh Allen in the presser, just looking depressed. Just depressed. But Josh looked like he was about to tap out a couple of times out there. That's because we was on that ass. What he had like one or two sexy runs. You know, Josh Allen to pull those out his ass every game. One or two sexy runs. That's it. Oh, we put that ass on the turf today. On prime time. After a 7-year absence. They're saying it's his 5th loss versus the NFC since 2021. He was 17-4 before he came in here. Now he's 17-5. While we smoking on this Bills pack. Boy, I'm telling you, this pack sweet. Ain't no bitterness in this pack. This one's sweet. And I'm be smoking on this motherfucker all week. This was a huge win for the Falcons. It was huge for a lot of levels. One, now we got a temperature check of what we can do on prime time against an MVP. We pretty much handed this team its ass from pillar to post. So coming off of back-to-back wins before and after a bye, we still in this thing, man. We still in this thing. Somebody said the Chicago game getting crazy. Hold on. I'm still watching Josh Allen somber. But yeah, man, listen. I'm gonna go ahead and get up off of here. This is a short one, man. 22-24. Caleb Week. Boy, he almost caught that. Damn, Washington walked him down. But yeah, man. Be sure to check out all the other Falcons content creators. Atlanta Bird Gang, Uncle Steve, Smitty. You know, I don't got to tell y'all where to go. Y'all know where to go, fam. The Coach's Corner, be sure to check him out too. New channel, man. Spitting hot fire over there. Y'all know where to go to get your fix, man. Y'all know where to go and get it. I'm glad that y'all came over here. Oh, Birdcage too. But yeah, man. This one, I'm asleep with a smile on my face. You know how those pugs, when they sleep on their back, they be having that smile. That's how I'm asleep tonight. And I'm gonna wake up in the morning and jump completely off the porch. Because now everybody knows this defense is legit. As far as Bills Mafia goes, hey man, shit hurts. I know listen, we lost to Carolina. But I think we put 2 or 3 more of your players to sleep tonight. 2 or 3 of your players got put to sleep. Y'all had motherfuckers coming in and out of the tent like y'all was going camping. And we almost, man, there was one sack of Josh Allen. We could have put him on the ground. We could have hurt him. Josh just quit. Well, once he got them arms wrapped around him, motherfucker, okay, y'all got me. Y'all got me, man. Y'all got me, man. But Josh looked like he was about to quit on the sidelines, just like, man, I'm ready to get the fuck back home, make love to my new wife, count all this money. Because he knew they were never in control of that game. Never. They were playing from behind, literally from jump. And shout out to Felipe, man. Felipe came in for 2 plays? Both of them worked. He came in for and got the first down and then got the hard count. And then went the fuck right back over there to the bench. So, man, listen. I almost want to make a song, man, but there ain't no real legitimate beef with Buffalo. I like Buffalo. I like Josh Allen, even though I don't think he should have won the MVP last year. But MVP nonetheless. We made that man look pedestrian. That man was out there looking like Geno Smith tonight. And that's what I like to see. And this defense looked like it's going to be like this for the remainder of the season. Now we need this offense to catch up. But Bijan right now, man, fam, if I'm being honest, Bijan should be leading in the MVP talks. He should be leading in the MVP talks right now. And again, there was a minute where people didn't want Bijan. I get it. Woo! Boy, watch. Okay. I get it. People wanted a pass rusher. I looked at this boy and I'm like, there's no way you can walk past Bijan. There's no way. Dude, on average, he bounces off of 3 guys per play. There was one play, man bounced off 5 guys. I'm like, bruh, ain't nobody else got this type of game in the. I mean, Saquon does, but even Saquon let motherfuckers know Bijan the truth. You got other guys that are prime running backs in the game talking about, yeah, we see Bijan. Jay Landon says, who do you think should have won it? The MVP last year, I thought Lamar Jackson should have won. He had better stats last year than he did when he actually won the MVP. And all his stats were better than Josh Allen's. So I couldn't understand how they gave that to Josh Allen. And I'm like, statistically, Lamar Jackson whooping his ass. But I get it. It's voter fatigue, man. It happens in every sport. It is what it is. So I'm not going to take anything away from him. But yeah, man, this is the type of win you wake up tomorrow morning and you need to listen to sports radio. A lot of them don't know what the fuck they talking about, but still, just watch for when the fans call in. Because this was a huge win. Tampa ain't got one of these yet. Carolina ain't got one of these yet. But, we need Tampa to drop one game so we can try and catch up to them. Because right now, they're pulling a lot of games out their ass, man. They're pulling a lot of games out their ass. But, they're a well-coached team, man. And that's what those type of teams do. So, without further ado, fam, I'm about to get out of here so I can go to the house and was that 3rd and 5? Jaden Daniels almost threw a damn. I know y'all ain't gonna get no roughing the passer on that. I know y'all ain't giving no roughing the passer on that. Get the fuck out of here. They gave him a roughing the passer. Hold on. I got to see this before I get off. He hit below the knees. But what the fuck was he supposed to do, though? I don't know. Anyway, man, I'm up out of here. Fantastic rest of the week. And y'all know we smoking on a Bills pack. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.